Good evening, everybody. So we have been reciting the praise of the Manjushri. When you look at the sentence structure, it's very interesting. Generally, when you read a salutation or praise to the Buddha, first body, speech and mind. Here is opposite. Right? The first sentence, whose intellect dispel from there till not until there. First, praise to the Manjushri, the mind or wisdom. The second sentence is whoever is imprisoned all the way to third sentence, right? Roaring like a dragon is a speech or teaching. Then next sentence is a body. So actually this tells us in order to overcome our sufferings, our mind is so important, the wisdom. Once you have a perfect wisdom, then you can have the perfect speech, then body. Right? So actually all the recitation, chanting is not only for chanting, it's actually teaching us how to practice our daily life. So every morning when you have a time, please read this salutation for one time and recite the mantra for 100 times and pray to Manjushri. Look at the beginning, whose intellect dispel the clouds of true obscurations and shine brilliantly like pure sunlight. The sunlight referred to the wisdom of the Manjushri, also wisdom of our own wisdom. So when we study about Dharma, when we practice Dharma, we always have problems. This problem can be, two causes. Mainly the two obscuration. Obscuration of affect emotions, obscuration of the cognitive minds. Two type of obscurations. It can be dispelled through the wisdom. So this I want to say. Then usually I always urge all of you, all the teaching taught by Buddhas, all the Buddhas taught by Indian master, Chinese master, Tibetan master, Thai, Sri Lanka, whoever, all the teachings mainly taught for how to achieve happiness. That means when you read single sentence, actually the one line is a simple sentence, but also teach us how to overcome our sufferings, how to achieve happiness. Therefore, the more you attend Dharma lesson, Dharma class, the more you study Dharma, the more you have a calmness mind. Otherwise, if you don't practice what you learn, if you don't practice what you know about Dharma, then doesn't matter how long you study about Dharma, your mind always, have problems. Very easy to get angry, very easy to get depression, anxiety, unhappiness. So please make sure all the Buddha teachings, all the teaching taught by masters, those are medicine. Medicine. All medicine is mainly for what? Cure the sickness and disease. The sickness can be two types. One, the physical sickness. The physical sickness very easy to cure. The mental sickness is not easy to overcome. So actually we think physically, I am very healthy. Yes, physically we can say we are quite healthy. We are not really healthy. Because when I ask you run like 10 kilometers, I think none of can run for 10 kilometers. That means actually physically also we are not healthy. When you eat like bad food, when you take a bad food, suddenly you have a vomiting, you have a loose motion. That means also your physical body is not that strong to take everything. Still, we can consider physically, we are healthy. The mentally, we are very unhealthy. We have very unhealthy mind. Look like our mind look like, childish mind. When we see something good, we feel suddenly very happy. When we see some bad thing, we feel very upset. Look like child. When child cry, when you show small toy, child very happy. Look like childish. We should not be like like a childish. When we see some good things, we just be happy and appreciate about the beautiful things. When we see some ugly, unpleasant things, we must recognize. Yes, compared with that object, this object is not that nice. Still, you just accept. Therefore, if your mind is very unhealthy, very easy to change, happy to unhappy, unhappy to happy, very easy to change, then you cannot be very happy. You cannot be very happy. If your mind is very stable, when you see some, problems, when you're facing some problem, when you saw some, unpleasant things, you must know, yes, this is unpleasant, this is a suffering, so problem, but you think is also changeable. You must remember impermanence, and all impermanence phenomena, what we call subject to change, okay, subject to change. So we have been study Buddhism, the Buddha Dharma, like Lamrim, science and psychology, or maybe other teachings we have been study. But the more you study, you must have a more healthy mind. Healthy mind. If you have a healthy mind, your mind is very healthy, not easy to get angry, upset, then you can have a healthy body. Because unhealthy mind can be affect your physical body, your body. Because, for example, you are very angry for few hours, then you can see, when you look at the mirror, when you look at like mirror, you can see you look so tired. The freshness is not there. So therefore, all the study must use for, reducing all the unhealthy mind, increase the healthy mind. This I want to say beginning of the class. And this, look at books, is a very simple book, but you should not think it is not useful. Also, you should not think this is mainly for, increasing my knowledge, increasing my, information. No, it's very simple book. It's the content is very simple, but it's very important. Because when you attend Dharma, class, when you read a Dharma book, you always has a, difficult to understand the words, the meaning, because we don't have the basic knowledge about the phenomena, right? Therefore, at the beginning, the subject matter, we will study about phenomena, then permanence, impermanence. Remember? Okay, so just close your book. I will test your study. Okay. Huh? 我听不懂，你说什么？ I think everybody. Okay, phenomena in general, right? First, there are like 4 headings. To remember the phenomena in general, there are 5 major themes. What are the 5 major themes? Number 1, the presentation of knowledgeable object. What's the number 2? Presentation of the cognizing mind. There's a 2, object and subject, right? Then number 3, engage in object. That means there's an object, there's a mind. Now next we need to know how the mind really engaged to the object, how the object appear to the mind, right? That means, for example, when we say I'm happy, yes, it's very simple words. Everybody say I'm happy, I'm not happy. When we say I'm not happy, what you are really talking about? You are talking about your feeling, right? Your feeling. So when you say I'm not happy, that moment you have a very unpleasant feeling, unpleasant mind. That time you need to know how the mind really engaged to the object, which object. That means when you say I'm unhappy, you have an unhappy mind. Also you have an unhappy feeling. The mind and feeling both engage to the object. Object. Which object? The ugly object, the scary object, or very unpleasant object. But the object can be both. When you say, when you see, your friend, you say, oh, I'm so happy to see you. Next say, oh, I'm very unhappy to meet my friend, right? But one person can be object of happy mind, can be object of unhappy mind, right? That means how is come, yesterday when you met the person, you were very happy. This many, when you met your friend, you are very unhappy. The person is, I'm not saying same mean, is haven't changed yet. Haven't changed. Yes, have changed, is permanent, impermanence. So why you have a happy feeling yesterday? Why you have very unpleasant feeling today? Yesterday you were very happy. Today you are not happy. What happened? Person is same. That means that time how your mind really engaged to the object. That means yesterday when you met your friend, that time you perceive your friend is very nice person, very kind person, very good person. That means the mind, the feeling, the mind engaged to the nice object, good object. This morning when you met your friend, the mind also, when the mind engaged to the object, engaged to your friend, that time engage very unpleasant way, ugly way, destructive way. This is important. How the mind engage in object, each object. Make sure, this means each mind has its own object. For example, anger engage to the what? Sentient beings. Anger never engage to the, like terrible things. Always when anger engaged to the sentient beings or beings who is alive. And compassion also engaged to the sentient beings. Right? That means compassion, anger both engage, to the sentient being. But when the anger engaged to the sentient being, you have a very unpleasant feeling. When compassion engaged to the sentient being, you have a very pleasant feeling. But sentient being is same. How is come? How the mind engaged to the mind is different. For example, somebody, for example, you are very hungry. You have a, hungry mind. You're very hungry. You are very thirsty. When you are hungry, as somebody offer you very simple food, no stress, very simple food, you are very happy. When you eat, you feel happy. That means the food is very simple. Your mind engaged to the food very nice way. Then after, then one day you are very full. You have a very heavy breakfast, very heavy dinner. Somebody offer you very beautiful, very nice cake. When you eat, you don't have that feeling. That time you're not really happy, eating the cake, because your your stomach is very full. That time the mind engaged to the cake, not that nice way, right? That means it's so important how the mind engages object. That means each mind has their own object. Compassion, anger has a different, object is same, that the way of engaging is different. Clear? Okay, then number 4, the mean by which the mind as a trained object, how, which way they engage. The number 5, the presentation of the person. So, in order to practice Dharma, you really need to know these 5 things. Object, beautiful object, ugly object. Beauty and ugly is not depend on the object. It depends on your mind. Right? For example, you met your friend yesterday, you were very happy. You met your friend, same friend this morning, you were very unhappy. That means how the mind, engage to the object. That means its object is same, how to engage is different. Then presentation of person means who is the person, how the person is look like. So these 5 themes are very important. You must know the object, subject, how to engage, the what way, what are the how they engage. Then whom engage the person. When you say we cannot say, because many people say, oh, after I pass away, my mind is going to next life. You never think I'm going to next life, right? Many people say, oh, after I death, my spirit or my mind goes to next life. No, only your mind cannot go, because you also going. For example, you cannot say, I can see the book, but you cannot say, I cannot see. My eyes can see book, but I cannot see. We cannot say, right? Right? You cannot say, my eyes can see the book, but I cannot see. Can you say? Cannot. Because when your eyes see, you can see. When your hand, like look at my hand is touching the battery. They say, I touched the battery. We cannot say, I cannot touch. I didn't touch, my hand touched. We cannot say. This means the person, who engaged the object, it not separately exists from the body. The body is not the person is not the body, but they are not totally separate. This depend. Therefore, when you feel cold, when your body getting cold, what do you say? What do you say? I feel cold. When your body become very hot, what do you say? I feel hot. I'm hot. You never say, I feel hot. You say, oh, I'm very hot, I'm very cold, I'm very hungry. Right? That means you are not body, but you cannot stand separately from the body. Right? Number one. Number two, also, you are not the mind. Your mind is not you. Clear? Not you. But when your mind is very happy, then you say, I'm happy. When your mind is not so happy, then what you say? I'm not happy. You are happy, unhappy is very much depend on your mind, but still, you are not your mind is not you. Therefore, you cannot stand, separately from your mind. Therefore, what you call 5 aggregates. 5 aggregates are the basis of the person, basis of the being. Right? That means when we think about person, when we think about a human being, the human being is merely designated based on 5 aggregates. 5 aggregates are not the person not very much depend. Without them, cannot be person exist. Therefore, you should think after I death, I will go next life. How you go? I go with my 5 aggregates. 5 aggregates. You should not think within the 5, the form is not the gross body, the subtle body. Okay? Then, 5 things. When we study about the object, then the synonymous. How many synonymous with the object? Existent, established basis, object, knowledgeable object, ascertainable object, and phenomena. Those are synonymous. So therefore, when you read a book, when you come from the object, existent, knowledgeable object, you should think that means it's talking about the phenomena. Second, within the existent phenomena, you can divide into 2 kinds or 2 types or 2 categories. What are they? Yeah, that means conditioned and unconditioned phenomena. Right? When I say phenomena, look at phenomena. Why I say this book is very simple book. The content is very simple, but very important. We are studying very important matter. Things are there. We cannot deny. Because it's there. It's there. If you still deny, that means you are not really, intellect person, or you are not honest. You are very dishonest. Things are there. Right? There. Then things are there. Then how the things really exist? That means there's 2 kinds. Exist by conditions, exist by, not depend on condition. That means we have 2 types. Then when you study about the object, existence, yes, you can find this is permanent, this is impermanence. Right? Then also you need to know what does mean the meaning of permanent phenomena, what does meaning of the impermanent. Right? Now synonymous with the impermanent. Functionality, functioning things, products, then condition phenomena. Yeah, they are synonymous, right? Functional things, product, condition phenomena, impermanent, those are synonymous. But also very important things you must know, those are synonymous. For example, I say, when we say I'm human being, why we call you yourself I'm human, why we call he or she is human being? There's a reason. Like when you say Singaporean, also there's a certain reason to call Singaporean. Therefore, functional things. Why we call functional things? Because, yeah, that's very good. They perform the function of generating their result. You must remember, function. What does mean functional things? Mean they perform the function of generating their result. That means, look at right now we are here, right? We are here. How and why we are here? We are here because our previous, in the previous phenomena, perform for generating this result, right? This result. That means why we call things, because it has a function. Therefore, we call thing. Then why we call conditioned phenomena? Because it depends on condition. Why we call Singaporean? Because born in Singapore, we call Singaporean, right? But people who become Singaporean citizen, they never say I'm Singaporean. They always say I'm Singaporean citizen, but they never say I'm Singaporean. Do you think so? Can you say? Huh? For example, all of you Singaporean, if you became, like say, Australian citizen, can you say I'm Australian? No. So you say yes, I'm Australian citizen, no Australian. Because Australian or not is depend on where you are born. Due to that reason, we call Singaporean. Due to depend on many condition that we call condition phenomena. Right? Impermanence. Why we call impermanence? Huh? Subject to change moment by moment. Also, all condition phenomena has only one moment to exist. Okay? All condition phenomena has only one moment to exist. That means they exist one moment, a second moment, they has already changed. The second moment has only one moment, then second moment also change. That means, look at, nothing exists not more than one short moment. Short moment. We cannot think, you cannot imagine something exists one minute. Cannot. Because 1 minute we can divide into 60 seconds. Right? 1 minute has a 60 seconds. Then within 1 second has a how many milliminutes? Millisecond. Right? That means actually all phenomena has a very short moment to exist, short moment to function. They cannot function 2 times. Right? We say, oh, I went to India 2 times. We say, I went to India 2 times. Actually, cannot. Cannot. Therefore, I think some of you have some knowledge about the Greek philosophy. And one of the philosophers said, you cannot step twice in the steam water. You cannot step twice. Right? You cannot step twice to the steam water. Because, for example, you step in it. Second moment when you make another step, the first water has gone. There's a new. Right? So that means in order to understand impermanence, certain permanence, you think this way. Nothing exists not more than one subtle moment. Therefore, we call impermanence. Then I explain. Do you remember? All conditioned phenomena subject to change is changing momentarily. That means the momentarily changing is also conditioned phenomena, right? Am I right? Condition momentarily changing is also impermanence. So what are the causes and condition of it? What is the condition of the momentarily changing? Then do you remember there can be impermanence can has a 2 condition. One is the other condition. For example, I remember I give you the example when I break something. when I break this battery, break by my hands or by like arms, is also you can see one types of impermanence. Is what we call is the gross impermanence. The gross impermanence always depend on other condition. Clear? That's why the house become old, the fence is changing. It's depend on the environment, it depend on the other things. Right? This is gross impermanent. The subtle impermanent, changing momentarily, is not depend on other condition. Please make sure the subtle impermanence is changing momentarily. It is not depend on other factors, other conditions. It depend on its own causes and condition. The causes and condition which is produce the things is also cause to produce, also cause to change. It doesn't have another condition, right? That means, for example, the first moment of the things produce the second moment thing. The first moment thing also produce the second moment, also it cause to change the second moment. Okay? Therefore we call, the subtle impermanent no need to depend on other condition. The condition which is produce it is also cause to change. Clear? Impermanence. Then permanent, impermanent. Impermanent can be two, gross and subtle. Subtle is just happen due to its own causes and condition. Then permanent has two types. What are they? Occasional impermanence, eternal permanence phenomena. Occasional permanent phenomena, eternal, right? But when we say, it's quite easy to say eternal permanence, occasional permanence. If you really think it's not easy. Remember, I draw a space of the cup. Generally, the space is permanent. And space of the vase here, space of the cup is permanent, is occasional permanent, not eternal, permanent. Eternal permanent phenomena. What does mean eternal permanence phenomena? The definition. Yeah, actually see mentioned here, permanent phenomena are two types, eternal permanent phenomena and occasional permanent phenomena. Now look at unconditioned space, for instance, is posed as an example of an eternal permanent phenomena, since it is permanent phenomena that exists forever through all the time. Okay, please read this sentence and memorize. In contrast, the space inside the vase, for example, is posed as a occasional permanent phenomena, since it exists only when the vase exists and cease to exist when the vase no longer. Right? That means now you can see the space of the vase is going to change, going to cease when the cup is no longer there. But we never named as a impermanent. It's going to cease, it's going to exist and going to cease, but not impermanent. Right? Not impermanent because it doesn't have its own causes and condition. Therefore, it is not, impermanent. Then space, the meaning you can learn later. The meaning of the space based on the Buddhist philosophy and the modern science are different. Modern science, the empty of, no emptiness, empty of this house, refer to space. In Buddhist, empty of this house is not space, it's just empty, it's not space. You must remember, empty of the house and space of the house are different. Empty of this house is impermanence. Space of this house is permanent. Permanent, right? Now, how we can know the previous moment can be cause to arise the second moment, right? Generally, the light, lightness and darkness are they contradiction phenomena or not? Lightness and darkness. Contradiction phenomena, lightness and darkness. So, here we can think very important way. Let's say, now is a light. The lightness is here. If we turn off the light, what will happen? It can be dark. The darkness come being able to exist. Then my question for you, right up, when we switch off the light, darkness can be exist. The darkness come from where? From the light? From the light or not? Absence of light, right? Absence of light. The absence of light come from where? From the light. Do you think so? Absence of light come from where? Right? When you off the light, darkness is right there. Then where the darkness come from? Absence of light. Absence of light come from where? From the light or from the absence of light? You cannot say the absence of light come from absence of light, right? You cannot say. Because can you say the absence of light come from absence of light? You cannot say. Because one phenomena cannot be produced its own. That means you remember self-arising, we cannot accept self-arising. We cannot accept causeless, arising causelessly. We cannot accept other, we cannot both. That means the absence of light cannot be arise from absence of light. They come from where? No, I told you look like, remember the gun. Gun and the P.
Darkness is no cause. Darkness has no cause.
Darkness, sorry?
Has no cause.
Oh, no. Yeah, why not? You just say what you think. No problem at all. You must say. He said that darkness is not come from cause, is causeless. If the darkness is causeless, can we remove that darkness or not? When you on the light, the darkness removed, is disappear. Right? Disappear. Is disappear depend on the light. The light is the cause to disappear the darkness. Right? Therefore, we cannot say that darkness come from not anywhere, is impermanent, because it cannot. That's why you can say darkness come, they slowly disappear, light come. Light disappear, darkness come. Right? Therefore, very important, because the Madhyamaka school. Do you remember 3 times? Present, first, past, present, future. Future, right? Purpose. They don't, assert past, future are permanent. They say impermanent. Impermanent. That's why the cessation caused to arise, the cessation, cease of the darkness. The cease of the darkness. First there's a light, then darkness. When we on light, the darkness disappear. Then, the essence of the darkness, because the absence of the darkness is there. The absence of the darkness arises from the light. Light. That means light can produce darkness. Darkness can produce light. Right? how we can say this way? You can say how you can say darkness can produce light, light can produce dark. How you can say? If you ask this question, then I will say, do you remember condition? All conditioned phenomena arise from two types of condition. Two types of condition. Remember, primary and secondary. Primary cause and secondary cause. For example, when you remember, I said, when you make golden earring, right? Golden earring. The golden earring come from where? Gold. Only from gold? No. The person who made it, the instrument. There's so many other factors. The both are cause to produce the earring. But the gold was the primary cause. The person who made the earring, those are the secondary cause. Now darkness must have two types of cause and condition. What are the primary cause of the darkness? Huh? For example, this moment it has a light. When we off light, there's a darkness. That means actually the light, the lightness can be the primary cause of the second darkness. The darkness also can be primary cause of the lightness. When you think this way, then it's so interesting to think. We say cause. What is the opposite of the cause? Huh? No. Result cannot be opposite. It cause. What is the opposite of the cause? Huh? For example, okay, let's do this way. When we pour, like a right temperature water or the just normal water pour on the flower, what will happen? Flower can be grow. This means the right temperature, the normal water can be caused to produce flower. Right? Clear? Number 2, if I add boiled water, hot water to the flower, what will happen? Die. The hot water can be caused to produce the flower or not? Sure? Huh? Tenda? That means now it is very clear for me, you really don't understand, the cause and effect. When I add boiled water, right after I add boiled water, there's another flower, the dead flower, the dry flower there. The dry flower arises from where? Hot or cold water? That's why hot water produces a flower. Right? Produce a flower. Huh? Yeah, dead flower is flower or not? Is this flower or not? Right? Is flower or not? When you say dead flower is not flower, then you can say dead human is not human. Of course, dead human means person who be dead today, right? After a few moments, he took another rebirth. Right? Okay, again, so the hot water can be caused to produce flower or not? No, my question is just direct question. It can produce flower or not? It can be produced the second. Okay, after I add the hot water, the flower is dead. You can say the dead flower. You can see, the destroyed flower. Is flower or not? Is a flower or not? Yeah. Right? That means, look at. So this means cold water can be produce a flower. Hot water also can produce flower. But the two flowers are different because causes are different. We cannot say, the hot water always, cannot produce, flower. Yes, there's another types of flower there. Right? That means why we call all conditioned phenomena has their own result. Hot water add, you can see another types of flower. Sometimes people like all flower, don't you think so? Because people like the all clothes. Okay, there's mean cause and effect. Cause and effect is not easy to understand when you go very subtle moment. Then, okay, I'm not taking a lot of time. Within the essential of the physical entity, now conditioned phenomena can be divided into three types. Generally, what are they? Form, consciousness, and person. Person or non-static formation. Right? Now within the form, how many types of form? Five. Are you sure? What are the five? Okay, Sonam says form can be divided into, form has a 5 categories. What are they? The visible form, sound, smell, taste, structure, right? Tactility. All of you agree with Sonam? No. Right? Form has a, if he said, form only divided into 5, then what happened for the, eyes faculty? Eyes faculty. Eyes faculty is a form. It cannot be included into the 5 types of form. Right? That means general 2 types, external and internal form, inner or outer form. Inner form divided into 5, which is the 5 faculties. The external form we divide into 5. What are they? They say first, look at, you should not say form again. You say here, visible form. Visible form. Okay, visible form. Then sound. Then smell, taste, tactility, so on and so forth, 5. Okay. Then visible form divided into 2 categories. What are they? Color and shapes. Color divided into 2. What are they? Primary color and secondary colors. Totally how many colors? How many types of color? 12. Total 12. Okay. Shapes, 8 types. Those are not important, not that, also not in detail. Sound has a 2 types. At the beginning, 2 types, right? What are they? Look at, explain the sense of object or sound, then the field of experience of the air consciousness. What is the sound is classified in terms of 8 types. 8 types, right? That means 4, 4, 8. At the beginning, how you can divide? Derive from the great eliminates either conjoined or not conjoined. That means in the voice or sound has a 2 types. One is conjoined with the consciousness. One is not conjoined with the consciousness, merely arises from the 4 elements. Then conjoined with the consciousness has a 2 types. What are they? No. Conveys the meaning and not convening. It has a pleasant, unpleasant, then 4. Right? Look at pleasant sound that can be meaning of the sentient being, unpleasant sound that can can be meaning to sentient beings. Then pleasant, right? That means sound has a generally two types: conjoined, not conjoined. Conjoined has a two: convey, not convey. As a pleasant, unpleasant. That means totally 8 types. Next, we supposed to start from the linguistic sound. Do you remember the homework? So, linguistic sound. So we spend little time, then we move next and then. Linguistic sound is a specific types of the sound that makes knows it content. Right? Linguistic means, for example, can you define the meaning of the linguistic sound? The meaning of the linguistic sound. Makes knows its content. Here linguistic sound can be defined. Understandable sound make knows its content through the power of symbols, such as, for example, the sound was, right? Just give me, definition of the meaning of the linguistic sound. You think very carefully, then you just give me, the definition or just your own definition. The linguistic sound can be voice, necessarily to be voice. Because look, it say, makes knows it content. Here, linguistic sound can be defined an audible sound, make known as a content through the power of symbols. Audible mean? Can hear, right? Can hear, then must contain a subject matter. They say make knows it content. Do you think the linguistic sound must be voice? No. Drum cannot knows anything. They don't contain any specific meaning. Sorry? Content, because this means that the linguistic sound must carry a meaning, right? Meaning or they must have some content. Is yeah.
What about you say something, I record it in a recorder, and I play from the recorder, so there's no human involved. The sounds come from a machine and electricity. So
Okay.
Is it voice or sound?
Is a sound? Sound. Is no voice.
No longer voice, right?
There's no voice. It's sound. Okay. Do you think it's a voice or not? For the recording, the recording of is a copy of the particular voice, right? It's not. It's sound, but not voice. Which voice sound? Every voice are the sound. All sound was not voice. Right? Correct. Now, because it's very important, because the definition of the linguistic sound can be changed, I think, according to the time. For example, Sonam said, the recording voice, the sound. For example, we record, many teachings. When you listen the teaching through radio, through MP3, through YouTube, you're listening a teaching. Those teaching are not voice, still sound. Right? It's sound, it's not voice. It's content a meaning. And you said, the ambulance. Yes, they contain a meaning. is a sound also contain a meaning, right? Again, the content itself also depend on the mind, depend on the motivation, right? Motivation and also mainly mind and motivation. For example, when you hear the ambulance sound, what does it mean? It's a move away, or say I carry the patient. Give way, right? Give way. This means because we understood the meaning is not naturally like that, not that. Because we say, okay, when you heard this voice, this means it's an ambulance. You say you must, clear the road. We make a rules. Then we just understood what the meaning, the content. Right. Second, when I say cup, you hear the voice cup. The voice content, the meaning is cup. When I say cup, is necessary the content is a cup. When I say please bring a cup, what is the content? What is the content? Content is a cup. Is always be necessary the content is a cup? No. Huh? What I think. So give me an example.
The baby doesn't know.
Huh? No. Among you, I say, please bring a cup. I say, please bring a cup. What do you going to understand? Cup. Right? So when you hear the voice as cup, is necessary the content actually cup? No. For example? No. I'm talking based on us.
Someone who doesn't know English sitting here will not know.
Okay. Who knows English? For example, among us, when I say, please bring a cup, you heard the voice say, bring a cup. The content must be cup or not?
Yes.
No. How many people?
Because our thing is a cup.
Yeah, a cup, right? Sonam said no. Who going to say no? You say no. Give me an example.
I could have misheard it to mean a type of fish, C-A-R-P.
Huh?
Could I misheard it to mean a type of fish, C-A-R-P, carp?
No. I said, I give you a clue. I said it depends on the motivation, depend on the mind. For example, look at it's very easy. Somebody really, criticizing to you. You say, you are so nice person, you are very good, Then you feel bit unhappy, right? Actually, the person saying you are not good. It is criticizing, say, you are so nice, you are so good. Actually, they have a very angry mind. Still say you are nice. The voice say nice. The content is not nice one, right? Yeah. For example, when you have a argue, sometimes people say it's okay, it's okay. Say okay. Actually, not okay. Because you heard the voice is okay, the voice not really content okay. The voice content are not okay. Right? It is depend on motivation. For example, I say, I'm very, I need to write a, note. Please bring a cup. I say, I need to write a note. Please bring a cup. So you bring a cup or a pen. Definitely you will bring a pen, not going to bring a pen, cup. Because my mind is supposed to say bring a pen, I have a motivation. And I say bring a cup. The voice actually motivated by the mind which is think a pen. This means, yes, you really notice, yes, Geshe said bring a cup. Actually he's saying bring a pen. Because of he said, I need a note. This means you should not really just, believe the only the voice. Also, you need to think about the motivation. Say, oh, I'm very thirsty. Please bring a biscuit. Are you bringing a biscuit? No, you will bring a water. Because you notice my motivation. The voice say bring a cup. Actually, the voice say bring a water. Because the motivation was motivated by the thoughts. That means the
Instead of using the word motivation, could you use the word
intention.
intention?
Yes, very good intention. Yeah, intention. Many people say, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't have intention, right? Many people say. That's why the linguistic sound is very interesting to think this way.
Geshe-la,
Yes.
linguistic sound, can sound be linguistic sound?
Song, yeah. Because when people sing song, they carry a particular meaning, right?
Geshe-la, not really.
Hmm?
No, not really.
Which song cannot have a content?
La 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 la.
It's no sound. It's not like a music. What you say? Singing. It's part of.
It's a piece of music with no words.
Yeah.
It's still a song, Karen.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Is content a meaning?
No, it doesn't have any meaning.
There's no meaning.
Really? Everybody would agree? We say la 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 la. It's a voice. It's a sing right? It's a singing. He says it doesn't have a content. Have what's the content? That means still you don't understand, the content and the voice or sound. When I say cup, what did you hear? The voice say cup. The content is cup. When I say la la la, you hear the voice la la la. The content is la la. Right? La la, you hear the voice, you hear the sound. The sound said what? La la. What's the content? What's the content of the la la? La. Right? La la. There's two la. La is the content of the voice say la la. For example, I say go. The voice is, the sound say go. The content is go. Go is not the voice, right? No sound. You hear the sounds which is say go, right? You hear the voice or sound which is carry the meaning of go. Go, come is not voice, is no sound. It's a action or is some themes or meaning, right? That means we say la la. You hear the sound. The sound repeat 2 times. La la. The la la is the meaning of content.
Then every sound has a meaning.
No, when people say la la, there's content and meaning. For example, when something drops on the ground, it has a sound, but it just doesn't carry any meaning.
But what meaning does la la carry?
Okay. Okay, no. Okay. We can say this way. La is a phenomena or not? How la? Right? Yeah, no. This is different meaning. But when I say, because we should not confuse the sound and the content. For example, I say go, you hear the voice which is say go. The voice is not go. The go is not a voice. The voice contains a go. The go is the actual subject matter. Right? So anyway, another important here, few things. The linguistic sound is in terms of the essential nature is the threefold. What are they? Nouns, predicate phrase, and letter. Right? That means the linguistic sounds you can divide into 3 types. Nouns, then second is predicate phrase, third is a letter. What the meaning of the nouns? Noun refers to that which is express or denotes the essential nature of the thing itself. Second, predicate phrase refer to the which express the attributes of an object. The latter do not express either of these two. What are these two? Noun and phrase. For example, here what is the example here? The nouns, for example, house, right? For example, is a noun express merely the entity which is, we say, house. House is not voice, okay? When you heard the voice house, its content, the meaning is house. It's mainly just explain the noun. The second, white house. That means attribute the white. The third one, is a letter they express, I think, H, right? In Tibetan, H. Just H. When you say A, it doesn't have any meaning. If you put few words together, it's become, like it's content, particular meaning. Then next we go like different types of name. What are the collection of the nouns? It consists of the appellation pertaining to the essential nature of the phenomena, such as the utters, eyes, so and so. Now we need to study about the name. Do you remember how many types of name there are? Two types. What are they? Proper name. So, proper name and figurative name, right? So, when you read this sentence, proper name and all conditioned phenomena. Proper nouns, name and what's the page number? 102, right? The proper noun, then a primary name, then arbitrary names are similar. Classify into two types of proper nouns and the figurative noun. So do you know the meaning of the figurative noun? Figurative noun. So because we give a nickname, right? We have sometimes we give a nickname to someone. Right? Nickname is not the real name, but we give a nickname. But the nickname can be random name, very random, or can be name similar with the something or someone, right? For example, a Singaporean man look like Obama, right? Obama. The feature look like, his face or way of talking is look like Obama. Then we name him as a Obama. Since everybody say Obama is coming, going, he's Obama, right? Name. The name is what? Is a figurative noun.
If you call your mother Mom, would that be figurative?
Mom?
Mom.
Actually, mom.
Because that's not mother's real name, is it?
Okay, actually this we say mom actually is a real name, because the mother becomes make into short. Mom is a real name. The name is not the proper, but we name as with some similarity. That's why we call figurative nouns. Okay, so this is so important to learn the proper name, nouns, then primary name and attributary name are similar in their meaning. Figurative noun, secondary name are subsequent name. Regarding of the whether there exists a specific reason or purpose, the name that was initially appealed to the significant object of the proper noun. Why we have to learn this noun? Because when you think this, how we give a name. Sometimes when we study about, when you do some research about thing, sometimes people give a name according to the function. Sometimes give a name according to similarity something. Sometimes it's just very random name. For example, my name is Lobsang Yonten. When I was born, my parent received name as Lobsang Yonten. It's a very random. There's no any meaning. Nothing in meaning, but nothing similarity. It's a random. When you study why somebody named me Lobsang Yonten, you cannot find any reason. Right? Sometimes you can, based on the name, you can think, it has this function. Maybe this is come from this area. This is very important. Second most important one, when we say, cup. At the beginning, there wasn't a cup, right? Wasn't a cup. Cup come when somebody make a, like container, which is contain tea, coffee. So before we named as a cup, what was the object? The object was what? Piece of thing. Just simple piece of thing. Then, second, somebody name. That means now you can see there's a, sequence. First, things exist. Some piece of thing exists, then we name. Then, sometimes when you see something, you can see the function of the phenomena. You can see the function of phenomena, but you really don't know the name. Right? For example, when you see something, when you see total new phenomena, you can see the object. You can understand the object, what it is, but you really don't know the name. That means there's always sequence. First you see the object, second you understand the name. Right? That means you really need to know how we name in different phenomena. The name can be the real name, can be figurative name. Figurative name is not real name. So if you know how we name, then finally you will know, all phenomena exist mainly designation, right? So another important, you really know how we use a name. Through the name, how we perceive the phenomena, how we engage to the phenomena. For example, name, first we say human being, non-human being, right? Being a human being or non-human being. When the name we give based on what? Based on which reason? Human or non-human, or house, water, fire, like. But there's no any reason. It's very random. In the many years ago, people just name as a fire, water. Since we have been using, but before we name, the things are there. The things function, produce their own result, but it doesn't have a name of the fire. Then there's always a sequences, things first exist. Then second, we give a particular name. Since give a name, then we always think, this is a cup. Then and somebody say it is not a cup. If somebody say it is not a cup, it is maybe like a jar. Then people think people are not going to accept because it's become a cup into common sense, right? That means you have to study about how things exist, how we use a name, how things become different based on the name. As a homework, please study about the 4 elements: gross, subtle, Okay, please completely study. I think there's only 3 pages about the elements. Yeah, 4 elements. Is we call primary cause of the form, right? Yeah, that thing, yeah. 5, no. 5 sense faculty, yeah, it's it's related to the linguistic, yeah, stress, tactility, yeah. I think it's a very particular 1 to 5. Yes. Okay, stress. Yeah, that's I think primary and yeah, please study about the 4 elements. 131, right? I check on 131. Yeah, you can see 131. Yeah, there's causal primary elements. Page number 125. Look at the causal primary elements. Yeah, please do the homework about the causal primary elements, mainly about study about 4 elements and the nature, name, essential nature, function. How many pages? Huh? If you read, side by side, it can become 8. If you just read, I say page, only 4. 4 pages, right? Not the 8 pages. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so please, we recite the dedication prayers based on the Lamrim prayers.